Hi Virgo, welcome to your love reading for April 2018. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. Okay, so you had the most views for March, so you are going first and you will have the longer reading. I've already shuffled the decks, so let's go ahead and begin. This is for confirmation, but first let's get you 9 cards from this deck. This is a love reading for the sign of Virgo for April 2018. The first card you have is the 7 of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for April. The Ace of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for April. Temperance. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for April. The Moon. Love reading for the sign of Virgo. The Queen of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Virgo. The Prince of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Virgo. You have the Princess of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Virgo for April. You have the Nine of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Virgo. And the Eight of Swords. Okay, what's the most important message that Virgo needs to hear for April 2018? And the card that you have is the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is a marriage card. So some of you could be thinking of marriage, or you're hoping to meet someone that leads to a committed relationship, but this can also be a reference to the home. We'll come back to this to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Let's focus on the first 3 cards. So you have the 7 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and Temperance. So the 7 of Swords, I always say the first card is always the most significant, and it sets the theme. It does it every single time. It sets the theme for the entire reading. And you have a tricky one, the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords can represent deceit, and I feel like there's something like that going on with you. Let me just move you down so you can see. Right beneath the 7 of Swords, you have the Moon. So both of these cards can represent either deceit or even self-deceit. So this is a general reading, so you'll have to see how does that apply to you. If you start to watch this video because you have suspicions that your partner is lying to you, there could be something like that going on, but we're going to look at the other cards. Or if there's something you don't want your partner to know, or there's something you don't want to see, I mean, that's coming out immediately in the first card. So there is some type of deception going on here. You also have the Ace of Cups and Temperance. Now here, I mean, you do have this really positive message from the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is a new beginning. This is a new beginning in your love life. And I feel like some of you, you're really kind of eager to have this new beginning. Either you're really eager to meet somebody new, or you're really eager, you really want this new beginning with someone in your life. Or maybe, something happened that threw the relationship, it threw it off track, and maybe you're not where you want to be. You do have this message here to be patient. Be patient. Don't push things. This could also be that you have to be very forgiving. But I do get a feeling like for most of you, it is a message to just kind of be patient. Let things happen naturally. And I especially feel this is important for those of you where you really want commitment. Remember, this was the most important message for you from the entire deck, the Four of Wands. So marriage or moving in together. I mean, you have this new beginning here, but it's like, be patient. Don't push things. Because with the 7 of Swords, you could be your own worst enemy. So this could be that you get really impatient with your partner, either because maybe you want your relationship to move to the next level and you get angry and you give them an ultimatum, like, we better be engaged by the end of the month or it's over. Or maybe it's someone where you have parted ways and you give them an ultimatum as far as like, we either get back together this month or we are over. I just kind of get that feeling from these 3 cards. It's like somebody really wants this new beginning here. They really want a second chance to be with someone. But in some way there's either someone is working against themselves here, or there could even be deceit. Maybe something that you're holding back. Maybe you haven't exactly told your partner how you feel about the breakup, or how you feel about the way that they treated you, or maybe there's something you don't want to see as far as if you do get back together with this person, what are things really going to be like. Like I said, the Seven of Swords can represent self-deceit, where you literally have the blinders on and you don't see something. There can even be, somebody coming back from the past, again, rekindling the relationship where you've been really patient, but they're asking you to see what's really going on, really kind of know your partner or your ex before you get involved with them again. Now, down here, you have the Moon, the Queen of Wands, and the Prince of Swords. So the Prince of Swords, they call it the Prince in this deck, but this is the Knight of Swords. And then you have a fire sign, so that would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, and the Moon. So again, the Moon, it's a major arcana, and it does, just like the Seven of Swords, it can represent deceit. I mean, it has many other meanings, but seeing it with the Seven of Swords and lined up with it, it really does, make me feel that there can be something going on where either someone's lying or you're lying to yourself about something. Now, again, this could involve someone who's a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. And again, there's this energy here. This is the opposite of Temperance, which I was telling you. This is a message to just be patient. Don't do anything extreme. Let things happen naturally. This is the complete opposite of that. This is the energy of just throwing caution to the wind and just wanting action and being really impulsive actions, impulsive decisions, being really spontaneous. And I feel like you may want to, heal or get back together with this fire sign here, where there is a sense of eagerness and not thinking and not really caring, just wanting to see movement around this relationship, wanting to see movement around this person, and not letting things happen naturally, even kind of maybe even pushing the person into making a decision. Again, with the Moon, the most important message always from the Moon is that there are maybe things you don't know. The Moon can represent things hidden from you that are revealed. I mean, there can even be a relationship where you're really kind of anxious to kind of, get back together with someone or to get somebody back in your life, where you really, you're being really spontaneous, you're being really impulsive and maybe contacting them or maybe asking them back. But there could be something you don't know with the Moon. Maybe you don't really know how they feel, or maybe you don't really know what they've been up to. I mean, I feel like what is on your mind is this. Either you're looking forward to marriage with someone, or you're really looking forward to having a committed relationship. I just get the feeling that you're really anxious. You really, you want to get somebody back in your life, or you want to keep the relationship going. You really want to move to the next level. But I feel like there's a right way to do this, and something that could work against you. I feel like there are things maybe that you don't know or you don't understand. And I feel like you really want this new beginning from the Ace of Cups. You want a new beginning with somebody. And somebody's going to, really impulsive. They really want to see something happen in this relationship. But there's a message to take things slow with Temperance. Now down here, you have the Princess of Cups. So this would be like the Page of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. So the Princess of Cups, which is the Page, this could be, communication. The pages do represent communication. But this also is just a relationship. This is either continuing your relationship or your marriage, or rekindling a relationship. There is fear around this in both of these energies. You have the Nine of Wands, which means, someone is really afraid. Someone is really paranoid about this relationship. And it could be that you're paranoid because you have a strong energy of deceit in this reading. You have a strong energy of deceit. So it could be that you feel it's here and here. Maybe someone is really paranoid because you feel that someone's not being honest with you, or there's something that you don't know and you're really protective of yourself. Maybe you don't want to let somebody back into your life because you feel that they lied to you. And I feel like this could really turn into a dilemma for you with the Eight of Swords. This is feeling trapped, feeling stuck, and feeling like there's nothing you can do about it. It can even be somebody that you really want a relationship with, because I just get that feeling that you really want to have something significant with someone, but deceit in some way is involved. And I feel like for some of you, you may feel they lied to you. you may feel there's something they're not telling you, or you're not, or maybe you're the one that is not telling them something. I just feel like, you know, somebody feels trapped here. Somebody feels like there's deceit or something going on, and there's nothing that I can do about it. And again, that sense of fear from the Nine of Wands, feeling really paranoid and really protective of yourself. But I very much get that there's a relationship that you want, or you really want to reach out to someone. And, you know, the energy around this relationship is strong. The Four of Wands. This is marriage. This is a relationship with a firm foundation. I just feel like maybe there's some things that need to come out with the moon. Maybe there's some things you don't know. Maybe there's some things you haven't shared. I mean, just kind of looking at this reading this way, deceit, communication. So either your partner is coming clean with you, telling you something you didn't know, or you're coming clean with your partner or the person you're interested in and kind of sharing something that you've been keeping to yourself. Okay, let's get a few more cards from the same deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Virgo for April 2018? Queen of Swords. What other messages are there for the sign of Virgo? Six of Cups. What other messages are there for the sign of Virgo? The Star. Okay, so we'll put it there. So you have an air sign here. So this would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. This can even be you if you have a moon or a rising sign in Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. The energy around this person, I mean, this could be an ex, because you do have the Six of Cups, which does represent the past. People from the past, memories from the past, emotions from the past, events from the past. I feel like this is either an ex that is coming back into your life. If that is the case, this is something you really want. You have the Star, which does represent your hopes and wishes. It's a major arcana, so it's something that's really significant to you. So for some of you, I'm going to pull more cards, and we are going to do a continuation of the reading just like we did in March. There is an energy, whether there is an air sign or not, there's an energy of the past popping up for you in April. There is someone from the past, or you are thinking of the past. And again, with the Star, this is something that you really want, which is the vibe I was getting from the reading before I pulled these last three cards. I feel like there's a relationship that you really want, where if this person is already in your life, you could really kind of be reliving the memories that you had, how you met this person. I just feel like you just really want this relationship with the Star being here. And this does indicate that you will get what you want. The Star represents your hopes and wishes being realized. Okay, let's see what the other deck wants to tell you. Let's see if any cards repeat themselves. That's always really significant when they come up again. What other messages are there for the sign of Virgo for April? You have the Five of Pentacles. What other messages are there for the sign of Virgo for April 2018? Nine of Swords. Messages for the sign of Virgo. Nine of Wands. So this is a repeating card. What's the most important message that Virgo needs to hear from this deck for April 2018? Wow. Seven of Swords. Also a repeating card. And it was the very first one that I pulled for you. So strong energy of deceit. Again, with the Seven of Swords, someone could flat out be lying, or it could be that you have the blinders on and there's something you really don't want to see. So let's just look at these three cards for now. You have the Five of Pentacles. I mean, the Five of Pentacles does tell me that, you know, someone is suffering. This is a card of emotional poverty. Someone feels really isolated. Someone's hurting. Someone feels lonely. Someone feels, you know, they're not really connecting with their partner. If you're already coupled, you just kind of feel like they've completely shut you out and they're not really giving you anything. There's a really kind of anxious energy around that. You have the Nine of Swords, where maybe someone has completely shut you out and you're feeling really lonely and isolated from them, and you're imagining the worst. With the Nine of Swords, this is the Nightmare card, and you're imagining the worst possible things. So you could be imagining that they're with someone else, or that they don't want you anymore. And you have a repeating message here from the Nine of Wands, because you do have that card down here. Same card, different decks. So there's a strong energy around you for the month of April of being really protective with yourself. I mean, seeing this card, it's kind of weird because, I mean, the Nine of Wands 2 times and then the Seven of Swords 2 times. Here's the other one over here. It's like you're really paranoid because you sense deceit, or maybe you feel that maybe someone's not being honest with you, and that makes you even more paranoid. That puts you even more on guard. That makes you not want to share your feelings. That puts you more in this energy here where you just, you're just imagining the worst possible thing. I just feel like for some of you, you're fearing that someone is keeping something from you, and you're becoming really kind of protective of yourself. You don't want to be hurt with this energy. Repeating message. So I always feel that repeating cards are the most important messages that you need to hear. And again, the Seven of Swords 2 times. Hard to say in a general reading what exactly is going on with you, but this can represent someone lying, but it does not have to be your partner lying to you. It could be that you're lying to yourself about something. It could even be, you do have the Nine of Swords, which does represent worry without merit. So what you're most worrying about or imagining is not even happening. Your mind's playing tricks on you. So it could be, for some of you, self-deceit. Again, repeating card, the most important message for you. Kind of interesting that it would be the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Swords that repeat themselves. So it's like you're paranoid and you're really protective because you could be fearing deceit, but at the same time, some of you could be lying to yourselves. There could be something that you're not seeing. And with this energy here, with the moon, there usually is, you only know half the story. There could even be something that you're misunderstanding with your partner, where you've already convinced yourself that they're up to no good, or they're lying to you, or they don't want to be with you, or they don't want to marry you. But again, with the Nine of Swords, what you're imagining is just in your head, and it's not really what's going on. So let me just take one last look at this before we move on to the continuation of the reading, where I will look into your partner's energy to see what's going on with them. I think that will give us more information. So, strong message. Let me just start over here. Strong message of like the past popping up for you in April. The Six of Cups. So you could be reaching out to someone from the past. You could be really thinking of someone from the past. I feel like if there's someone from the past that you want to come back into your life, which could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you get what you want, because it did come out with the Star. Your hopes and wishes being realized. But at the same time, on the top row, there was a strong message of, really wanting a relationship, but maybe really needing to either see the truth or speak the truth, and then to kind of, be patient with this. Maybe you need to be patient for someone to really open up. I can't tell if it's you or your partner. I just feel like the truth, before you get this here, the Prince of Swords, before you get all this action and be really impulsive and throw caution to the wind because you want to be with the one you love, first, maybe something needs to come out, some type of truth, something needs to be revealed. The truth needs to be revealed to everyone. And again, this could also have something to do with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Just kind of looking down here, strong message as well of Nine of Wands, Eight of Swords, of being really on guard and then feeling really trapped. I feel like for some of you, you feel like there's nothing you can do about your situation. You do have the Eight of Swords and then the Nine of Swords over here. So there's a strong energy of you worrying about something regarding your love life in April and feeling like, you have to protect yourself. But for some of you, there can be, very loving communication with the Princess of Cups being here. So for some of you, you might be hearing what will set your mind at ease. Because I feel like there's something going on here where you are imagining the worst possible thing. And I feel like, this is you. You have the Five of Pentacles where you're really hurting and you feel really isolated from your partner. You feel like that spark is no longer there. It's just being really lonely and imagining the worst. And again, being very, very protective of yourself. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is what I did in the readings for March. We're going to look at your partner's energy to see how it ties in with everything that we just went over here. So we will see if you and your partner are on the same page or if there's completely different energy around them. I've already shuffled the decks, and everything that I'm using, again, it's already on my website by the time you watch this video. Okay, so this is your side of the reading. Show me the energies around Virgo for April 2018. You have the Ace of Wands. Energies around Virgo for April 2018. The Emperor. Energies around Virgo. The Ten of Cups. Energies around Virgo for April. The Knight of Swords. Okay, so that was in the reading. It's on your side. Let me get a few cards for your partner. Show me the energies around Virgo's significant other for April. You have Temperance in reverse. I was trying to see if I was holding the deck upside down, but I don't think I am. Energies around Virgo's significant other. Nope, here it is. Princess of Swords upright. Energies around Virgo's significant other in April. The Knight of Cups. Energies around Virgo's significant other for April. And you have the Prince of Cups. Okay, interesting. I'm also going to get a few, well, two main energies, one for you, one for your partner. Show me the energies around Virgo for April 2018. So you get the Chariot, and then one for your partner. The main energy around Virgo's love interest for April. And they have the Empress. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. We're going to look at you first. So let's move this way. You have, you have the Ace of Wands. You have the Ace of Wands, the Emperor, you have the Ten of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. So it's kind of interesting that the Knight of Swords would reappear, because you did have this in the first part of the reading. And like I said, when I saw this card, I felt like some of you, like, you're really anxious to really move forward with a relationship. And, you know, and I see a marriage here. You have the Ten of Cups, which could represent a marriage, or just kind of being, you know, in a place of bliss, of happiness. Again, you're eager to move forward. I know I'm kind of jumping around here, but I was pretty surprised that for your partner, the first card they get is Temperance. And you had this also in the first part of the reading, but it's in reverse. And I'm always kind of freaked out when it comes out in reverse, because I don't even work with the reversals, and I'm wondering, how did that even get in reverse? So, I mean, here you have it again on their side, but let's focus on you. So you have the Ace of Wands. So I feel like here, you know, the message for you is that you want a fresh start with somebody. And again, that was what I was getting from the first part of the reading. You want, I mean, this is especially true for those where this is an ex, or something like really complicated happened in a relationship. With the Ace of Wands, you want to be able to just like magically erase the past and start over. You want a clean slate with somebody. You do have the Emperor here, which tells me that if you want that clean slate with somebody, if you do want that new beginning, you're really going to have to take control of the situation. And you did have a lot of like fear-based energy in the first part of the reading. You did have kind of like a really strong energy of deceit, somebody really wanting to move forward, and then, you know, a message of take things really slow. I mean, with the Emperor being here, this means that, you know, you really got to take control of the situation. This means that you really have to be strong. This is a card of stability. You're really kind of being in your personal power. And I feel like for those where you, one thing I'm getting is for those of you who have not have or do not have stability in a relationship, maybe there has been deceit. This is your time to get that. I mean, I feel like, you know, the cards are here. The energy is here for a clean slate with someone where there has been no stability. Maybe there's been a lot of going back and forth. You can have that new beginning, but you do have to take charge of the situation. You have the Ten of Cups, which could represent marriage. I feel like for many of you, like, you want this energy. Like, you want the whole package. You want marriage, you want children, and you're really, you know, eager to see that happen. The Knight of Swords again on your side. And again, with this Knight of Swords energy, you want things to move very quickly. You don't want to wait. And remember, the Temperance card was in the first part of the reading. It was there, and it was, you know, with this message of just be patient. And now you get the Knight of Swords, which means you are eager, you're really eager for this happily ever after, or you're really eager to see a relationship move to the next level. Because you did have a marriage card as a main energy in the first part of the reading. You had the Four of Wands. Now, your main energy here is the Chariot. So the Chariot does mean victory. So I feel like ultimately you're getting what you want from your partner, from the relationship that you're in. This also represents a lot of movement in your love life. So if your relationship has been stuck, and maybe that's what, you know, all the fear was about in the first part of the reading, the Chariot does mean there will be huge, significant movement around your relationship, like movement to the next level, maybe even marriage. This is a victory card, but it does mean that you are really persistent, and that you're really patient, and that you're really hands-on, which I definitely see here with the Emperor. The Emperor does not kind of wait for things to happen. He takes charge, especially if there is something going on in the relationship where you're fearing deceit, and maybe that is what, you know, all that fear-based energy was at the beginning of the reading. Now let's look at your partner. So, Temperance. Now again, if the card was upright, this does mean, you know, kind of letting things happen naturally, and just kind of being really patient. But it's in reverse. So to me, when I see these, you know, cards in reverse, even though I don't usually work with reversals, but I mean, here it is in reverse. I feel like this is kind of being really impatient. So there is kind of an energy of around your partner of being like really impatient. And I can't help but see what other message is right here, right next to it. The Princess of Swords. So this would be the Page of Swords. And this card does represent truth. It's kind of weird that, you know, it would come out right after this energy of being really impatient and really wanting to kind of move things forward. And then the truth. Because you had this, you know, this really kind of strong energy of deceit in the first part of the reading. So it could be that your partner maybe really wants something, really wants to have an honest conversation with you. Like they really want to tell you the truth. I mean, this especially applies if you feel like your partner has not been honest with you. And it does not have to be, you know, regarding that there's somebody else. It could be maybe that they haven't been honest about why they want to take things slow, or maybe they haven't been honest about something from the past. It does not have to be that there's someone else or anything like that. But again, there's this energy of impatience here, and then the truth of a very kind of honest conversation. It could be that your partner, you know, needs to tell you, you know, what they want from the relationship. I just feel like y'all need to be on the same page, and I feel seeing these cards that maybe you're not on the same page yet. I feel like there is some type of misunderstanding. It doesn't mean your partner doesn't want to be with you. I mean, look at what you have right here. You've got the Knight of Cups, and then you've got the Prince of Cups. So I mean, your partner does want, you know, movement in your relationship. They do want movement, and this does represent maybe even, you know, a proposal. And I mean, it could also be hard to say in a general reading, so I try to go over as many scenarios as I can. There can even be, you know, it can even be that your partner is, maybe everything is in reverse, and maybe your partner is eager to really move things forward. Maybe you're the one that wants to take things slow. Again, with Temperance being in reverse, it's like an energy of being impatient and maybe needing to speak the truth, of really, you know, wanting this proposal here, wanting the relationship to move to the next level. I mean, there's just a strong energy here. If you are worried that your partner and you, like maybe they don't want the same thing as you, or maybe they don't, you know, want something long-term with you, or they don't want commitment, I definitely see that. I see that here with the Knight of Cups, and I see it with the Prince of Cups. This is a relationship. They want the truth, but they also want to see movement in your relationship, and they want, you know, they want either a marriage or they want a committed relationship. Not only that, but their main energy is the Empress. So they want to be able to have it all. With the Empress, this is not settling. This is having, you know, the love of your life, but also being extremely happy, healthy, and having a lot of abundance around you. So, I mean, I see a lot of things going on in this reading. Just kind of going over what I see here and in the first part of the reading. Some repeating cards that you had. I mean, here it is right on the top. Temperance, which came up. It was one of the first 3 cards that came up for you. And it actually came up with this card, the Ace of Cups. It's like somebody really, really wanting a new beginning. But then this message of take things slow or be patient. And then that pops up again in a way over here on your partner's side. Like really kind of being impatient, and you know, with the Temperance card being here, somebody not being patient. And then some energy of like an honest conversation with the Princess of Swords, which again is important because of the energies that you had in the first part of the reading. Repeating message of deceit. So I think this is significant here. I feel like there has to be an honest conversation. I feel like there's something, because it's on your partner's. It's on your partner's side of the reading. It's not on yours. I mean, I still feel like there's eagerness on your side, but it could be that you're eager for this, the 10 of Cups, that you're eager to move to the next level. Again, you do have the Chariot, which means you want to see movement. They do as well, because I mean, they also have the Knight of Cups here. But I feel like here you're really kind of impatient, and you're really wanting to see the relationship grow, or you're wanting marriage. And I feel like you're really taking control in the month of April. You really want a fresh start and a clean slate with your partner. But again, I just feel like there's some type of like impatience here and really wanting to get this out. I feel like, you know, you and your partner, you want the same things. I see that here with the Knight of Cups and the Prince of Cups. You want the same thing, but there is a need for them to maybe tell you everything. And like I said, it does not have to be that they're telling you, oh, you know, they had an affair or something like that. It could just be that they're not telling you everything. That maybe they want to take things slow, or maybe there's something on their mind that they're not sharing with you. I mean, still, they have the energy of the Empress. I mean, you get the Emperor, they get the Empress. They want everything. They don't want to settle. They want the ideal relationship. That's how I see the Empress in a love reading, as the energy of not having to settle. You get everything that you want and then some. But I feel like there is some conversation that needs to be had with the Page of Swords being here. Honest communication. It can even be, now that I said that, it could even be, you know, that going back to this card, and I keep bringing it up because this was a card that came up in the first part of the reading, that you're really kind of impulsive, and you know, you're really like, let's get together, let's get married, or it's time for a committed relationship. That maybe that is what they want to talk about, and maybe this is what is kind of irritating them, with Temperance being in reverse, that somebody's not taking things slow. I mean, it was the first card that I pulled for them, and then it comes up in reverse. It could be that this is, again, this could be working against the relationship, and with the Seven of Swords coming up for you 2 times in the first part of the reading, this can, you know, you can be your own worst enemy with this energy, and you have it twice. So for those of you where you feel like your partner is really kind of dragging things on, and you know, you're not moving forward, and you did have the 8 of Swords in the first part of the reading, which does mean feeling stuck and feeling trapped. And then you have the 9 of Wands repeat itself as well. Again, it's just like there's energy of deceit. I mean, here it is, the 9 of Wands, and you had it 2 times. So it's like someone's being really kind of protective and defensive, and I feel like it's you. I feel like you really want to see this energy in your love life, the 10 of Cups. You really want this happily ever after. You really want this new life with someone, but I feel like they have something that they want to tell you. But of course, they want the same thing that you want, with the Empress being here. They want, you know, a relationship where they don't have to settle. You do have the Chariot telling you that this will be a victory for you. You will get what you want. I just feel like you need to be on the same page. Throughout the whole reading, this part of the reading and the first part of the reading, I feel like there's something where you and your partner are not on the same page, or there's something that needs to come out. I feel like once everyone speaks honestly, that's when everything begins to fall into place. Okay, Virgo, this has been your love reading for April 2018. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.